For some background, my sister and I recently subscribed to the Shonen Jump app. It just gives you access to all of Shonen Jump for $2. It's sick and rules. And we decided to go read every first chapter of a series that is currently featured on Weekly Shonen Jump. I double checked this against the Japanese Shonen Jump website, so we have 21 series we're looking at. And yeah, we're gonna go through, rate them all, talk about them, and that's that. Do you have anything to say before we start?
And hype up this Shonen Jump app because I'm stoked for its Shonen Jump app. There's way too much manga to read on there. Can't wait to waste all of my time.
It's so true. I'm really excited. Yeah, let's hop in. So we're starting off alphabetically, and where that leads us to is Act Age. Act Age is the story of a young high schooler. Kei Yanagi dreams of being an actress because that was her one connection with her mother who's dead. She has a hard life. She has to take care of two kids, right? And when she acts, she fully embodies the role that she plays. And the reason why she can fully embody that is because to a certain extent she is empty on the inside and she needs to act in order to express a variety of emotions. That's the setup. It's acting with the most intense method actor possible. Anything to add to that summary?
I mean, I'd just like to say that we already have a fantastic manga currently being made about method acting, and we do not need another skip beat. Way better. We don't need Act Age. Forget Act Age. Read Skip
It was
Beat.
really hard. I tried to not make the Skip Beat comparisons, but it's simply impossible because Skip Beat does everything Act Age is doing except way better.
So much better. And it has like an actual story. Like, there's no story with the character other than, like, I don't know, she's taking care of her two siblings who she loves.
The impetus for her going into acting is that it's what her dead mother wanted, basically, right? Wasn't that the reason?
I don't remember that. She likes to watch. When did that get said? There's literally is we read one chapter and I'm like,
There
what?
was a scene where she's looking at a photo of her mom and or not she's remembering a photo of her mom before she died and she said like I'm going to become an actress just like you said, which leads up to the only part of this chapter that I actually liked, which was when her little sister tells her that she has to become an actress because if you're not an actress, you'll just be scary. You're because she's an empty shell, right? That's the reason why she can act.
But she's not an empty shell. She specifically goes into memories of when she must have felt certain ways so that she can bring back up those emotions. So she has felt these emotions in the past, like the sadness. She first does, like, she cries because she's sad and acting. And then she does happy, and she's, like, remembering a happy time. So I don't know that she's completely empty. Maybe she is now.
Okay, but think of the reason why the producers shot her down. So she auditions, she is the best actor there, she can fully embody the emotion that she's trying to do, and yet the producer at the talent agency does not accept her. And the reason why is because it was
What's
confusing and
confusing?
stupid. It's like this actress is too good. But I think that the
She's gonna hurt herself in good acting.
we can't trust someone who can fully embody the role of the character that we're trying to hire her for. It was really silly. And the director character, who I'm sure is the main character, was like, no, this is the girl that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a good actor.
Yeah, I was just confused, like the old lady who rejected her for being an actress. Like, isn't she just like a businesswoman? Isn't she just out here trying to make a good movie and make money? What does she care about this
That's what I
actor?
think. I think that the series is going to go into this question of, is Kay a good actor, or is she simply like mentally dissociative, basically? Like, Is the reason why she can
Mm-hmm.
act so well because she has no sense of self and therefore can embody any role. That's what I meant before by her being empty. Yeah. Which is
Mm-hmm.
an interesting question, but
It was just kind of bad though. 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. Ooh, that's hard. Okay, I gave this a 3 out of 5. This is great. I was worried we were gonna have the same ratings because I do want to read more. I will say that this was a poor show for a first chapter, and I don't care about the main character, and I think that the gimmick is lame, and also I don't see much room for her to improve. Right? Like, what is her struggle in the first? She's already the best actress. What?
Yeah.
What?
And she's got a job.
It has to be something like she finds something that she can't act, so she has to learn how to act it, I suppose. Which,
Like she's never felt love.
yeah,
And
that's.
so she doesn't know how to
Uh,
express
I'm dying
love.
over here. I'm dying. um,
Mark my words. That will be chapter 5 or
yeah,
whatever.
right. Yeah, and there's gonna be like you can see it. You can see it playing out. There's gonna be the rival characters. There's gonna be the actor that's better than her. The guy that's introduced is gonna be more fleshed out. Whatever, whatever. But the reason why I gave it a 3 out of 5 is because I do want to read more just to see what the heck they do with it. And also, I legitimately enjoyed the line of the little sister saying, "You'll be creepy if you're not an actress." And I think that it is a somewhat interesting question that they're trying to ask about this line between, like I said, a good actress and someone who's just mental, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting, yeah, like there are actors and actresses who are method actors and actresses, and everyone who's around them just says like they're crazy
Yeah.
and that it's just a strange thing to do to give yourself to a role in that way. Um, I still give it a 1 out of 5
If
though.
when if
I
you
will
have
not
if
read
you have
another chapter.
Skip in your mind, it's really hard to read this.
Yeah.
Can we list out what Skip does better? Um the main conflict in the story doesn't start off as her being an actor. Um she eventually learns to love acting as part of the story, and she initially uses acting as a tool for revenge.
Revenge,
and
yeah.
and that's and the conflict in Skip Beat is this interpersonal struggle between her and this her ex-boyfriend, you can't even really call that, who betrayed her. So it starts off with all these really strong emotions of love, betrayal, her going on a revenge shield rampage, and just those emotional beats are so much stronger than an act age where it's this whole first chapter is just people being amazed at her performance. Really. So amazed that they can't even hire her. She's too good. Well, I'll read more and I'll let you know if you should read. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. I'll also read this. I wrote terrible characters, terrible motivations for actions, terrible story setup.
Is this still act age?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Can you do the intro for Agravity Boys?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Agravity, boys, or is it Alpha Gravity? Because they're like on a planet that has Alpha in the title. I guess it's Agravity.
It's Agravity.
It's like not gravity.
Oh, I just wait.
Okay. So, A Gravity Boys is a story about these 4 orphaned boys who were trained to go into space to search for new frontiers for the human race. When they go into space, all of a sudden, nuclear war begins on Earth, and they're like, ah, dang, Earth is being destroyed. They're so dumb. And then they go into a black hole, which was uncalled for because they were just going to go into cryosleep. Why didn't they just go into cryosleep like they were supposed to? But okay, they go into a black hole and they're transported to a perfect place for human life. But now that everyone is possibly dead on Earth and they only sent 4 men instead of like, 50-50 men and women or something, they're like, well, that's the end of the human race. But no, no, no. Then all of a sudden, some being
Intergalactic
appears.
superpower. Deus
Yes,
Ex
there we go.
Machina.
Appears. Dun, dun, I am here, and I will grant you one wish for a reason I don't remember why. I don't know if it matters why. But then he gives them this like hourglass that apparently will turn one of them into a woman, but they have to use it within a year. But that doesn't matter because they throw it away by the end of the chapter, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I guess the reason why they're called Agravity boys is because they can't understand the gravity of the situation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry, I thought about that while drawing some fan art for the series, which I don't know if I regret or not. The picture turned out good, but can I just start this discussion by saying 1 out of 5? 1 out of 5!
You know, I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I can't believe you.
Like, it's true. A big portion of, like, they were arguing at some point about who to turn into a girl. And they were arguing, but I don't really understand what was happening. But I didn't hate it for some reason. I don't really understand what the story is. Like, is it supposed to just be a comedy? Is it just a comedy?
I'm pretty sure it's just a comedy. Can I just explain why I gave it a 1 out of 5 and then you can play defense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. First off, plot. I mean, just by your description, you can tell this plot is not fully cohesive. Things just happen sometimes, and that's just that. This is the plot. What are you gonna do about it? We got Space God here. We got 4 boys, no women. What you gonna do, right? And I'm saying what you gonna do to the boys, as well as to us as the readers, as well as to the mangaka. Because just what are you gonna do about it? This is just the story that we have in front of us. Now, I will say that the art in this is amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? They have some cool robots.
Very cool
One of
mech
them's
designs.
wearing a suit.
I love the mech designs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And each...
Not that it, like, fits into the story at all.
Yeah.
Like, why?
No, don't worry about it.
They just take off the suit immediately.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that I got, like, Prometheus flashbacks while watching it, where I was like, don't take off the suit. You've been here for, like, 2 minutes. Just do a time skip. Just do a time skip. They don't have to go into a black hole. They don't have to take the suits off right as soon as they land on the planet.
I don't understand that at all. They went into space, and they were supposed to be cryogenically frozen so that they would make it to the planet within 20 years or whatever, but they would still be their same age. And they had all of that technology, but instead they just found a black hole appeared out of nowhere, and they just went through it and teleported? Why? Was it supposed to be funny that...
What you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do? Okay, so stupid plot setup, but whatever. The main conflict in this first... It's so stupid. Oh god, I'm sorry. The main conflict in this first chapter is that once they get this MacGuffin, this magical MacGuffin, which will solve all their problems by making one of them female, so that they can save the human race... You know, big stakes, high stakes, the highest you could say. They immediately decide that Chris, the smallest, most petite, pretty boy of them all, should be the female. And they all get into wacky hijinks, trying to, like, push this on him until Chris is like, no, we have time to make this decision. Let's just wait on it for a while before deciding that I should be the woman because I look like a woman. Which he does.
Hey, but I have a foolproof reason for why he should not be turned into a woman.
Why?
Okay. So, the reason they need a woman is so that one of them can get pregnant and propagate the human race. But Chris was the doctor, and the doctor needs to be able to deliver the baby into the world. And so it must not be the doctor who gets turned into the woman.
That's a good point. But who's it going to be instead, huh? Is it going to be...
I think it should be the big one.
Yeah, Baba. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was their stupid names.
It's
Was that his name? I
yeah,
thought the
that's his nickname. It's Baba.
other one was like Haga or something.
Nope, I've
Saga?
got him written down. It's Saga, Chris, Geralt, and Baba.
Or is it Geralt?
I don't know. Okay, to go back to the character designs, they look great, but there is a layer of genericism over them, which is that this series for some reason falls into the boy band grouping where you have like the energetic front man, the cute one, the smart cool one, and the strong like stern one, right? It gave me a Final Fantasy 15 flashbacks, but also at the same time Backstreet Boy and NSYNC flashbacks. So those were mixed in my head while reading this. That's what I mean by a certain level of genericism, because the characters are all very unique, but I've seen this before, you know?
Mhm.
Also, the setup felt like Fujo bait. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems like
I know what a Fujoshi is. And I know what would bait them.
it just felt like the pairings were almost set up for that, you know? And I know that maybe the story will lead to one of them being a girl or whatever. Is that the plot? They throw away the hourglass at the end. They throw it away. Okay, wait, just the last two comments. This question of would you give up your gender, not even gender, your sex in order to save the human race?
Mhm.
Should they even save the human race? Like, can they even do it? These are all really big questions. And how they answer this really big question is by saying, oh, let's just make the cute one do it. Nah, now this is getting too complicated. Let's just forget about it. Whoop, throw it away. Are these questions going to come back? Is it just going to be like a wacky comedy story for the rest of it?
Yeah, I guess I maybe I gave it too high. Maybe I would go down to a 2 out of 5, only because the way I'm imagining this story, it should be funnier. It should be a lot more funny,
It's
you
not
know?
funny.
I know, but I'm saying like the only way it would work is if it were actually funny. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. I think that's all I've got. I just have to say this was a really stupid take on an interesting set of parameters to start off a story.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I think that's why I liked it. I wanted to see them argue over who was going to be the woman. Or like maybe they would sit down and like you could imagine a world with each one of them being a woman. I don't know. It could have been good. They could have made their point.
That would have been pretty good. Is that going to be the rest of the series? Because that actually sounds pretty funny if if the whole series is just them arguing about who should be the woman.
Or like if it's like a nonsense story too, like it kind of already is. That could be good as well if they lean into it even more. I mean, a lot of random stuff happens with no purpose. So maybe that could be good if it keeps on going on that route.
I don't know. I like a little thing called structure in my stories, cohesion. Just think about it.